Hi, Coach. Last week in two different directions, but you got some good performances. I guess I suppose what you thought. Can you just assess how you thought the weekend went?
I think across the board, it was probably on average weekend, I guess. Obviously Taylor Lomeyer broke her school record by a centimeter. And we had some good performances down in Colorado, but for a midseason meet, I think it was about on par of what we expected. Training through, obviously, trying to get ready for the conference championships in just about 4 weeks here.
Going down to now, you get to go as a whole team now to NDSU this weekend. Is that nice for you as a coach to see your whole team together? Or?
Yeah, it'll be nice to have everyone in the same place, and I'll be able to see some people that I didn't get to see compete last week, so it'll give me a better idea of what the big picture is looking like. This is more of a tune-up meet, I would say, for the following weekend. That's probably the following weekend we'll be out in Grand Valley or back down in Brookings, and that's really probably our biggest meet of the season. So we'll have some kids doing off events this weekend just to get them tuned up, for the following weekend.
How do they avoid kind of looking ahead to the biggest events and actually playing well on a present day?
I think that's our job as a coaching staff, just to keep them focused, keep them, taking it day by day and, meet by meet. So I wouldn't say it's so much on them more than it is, on our coaching staff to make sure that we're obviously focused and prepared as best we can for this Saturday. And then obviously looking towards next week. But we don't want to get too far ahead. Like I mentioned, we got a few kids that we know are going to conference already. But, we want to go out and compete to the best of our ability this weekend, even if it is someone that's stepping down in an event or, doing something that they normally don't do.
Thoughts on Taylor breaking the school record?
I'm not surprised that she keeps improving. She's a class act in terms of, what we're looking for in a student athlete, but she shows up every day, works hard. Not surprised to see the progression that she has made thus far. Really happy for her. Certainly very well deserved. 7 meters. I'm sure she would have liked to throw in farther, but a school record is a school record. So I have no doubt she'll improve upon that as the season goes on.
You have Adrian, Taylor, and Logan all field. How important is it to have that many strong field athletes?
Yeah, it's going to help our, in the scoring. All 4 of those people have a shot at making finals and then obviously getting on the podium at conference. So we can't rely just on one event group to carry us. Certainly, regardless of what team you're on, every team has their strengths and, where they're hoping to get the bulk of their points, but you need some support from some other places. And for us, it's, usually in the throws, and obviously adding someone like Adrian, someone of his caliber, we're relying on him to grab us a few points, in the team standings. And that might make all the difference, whether we finished 6th or 7th or we finished 10th or 11th, 1 or 2 points. I think it's that close in the bottom half of the conference where we're really going to hopefully be super competitive.
Taylor's one of a handful of athletes that have broken some Division II era records.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like week in and week out something is being broken, whether it's on the men's side or the women's side for records. Does that serve as somewhat of an inspiration? Does that motivate the athletes, or does it become somewhat of an expectation?
I think, certainly we're not record chasing, like we're not putting that expectation on them as a coaching staff, but I think it does serve as a motivating factor that, hey, my teammate or someone that I train with every day had this extraordinary performance, and why can't I have the same for myself. I think it's elevated everyone, whether you're an individual that has already broken one or someone that's trying to climb a little bit higher in our top 10 list, things like that. I think it serves as a motivating factor during the week, not so much on the weekday or on the meet day. And for someone like Taylor or Landon or Abby or whoever you are, they want to obviously better that mark and somewhat make it somewhat unattainable, I guess. We've had a lot of marks broken since we switched over to the D2 era records, and there are a few out there that I think we should get hopefully before the season is over, but there's a few that have been broken now that are pretty legitimate records. pretty fast times, pretty far throws. That hopefully will not just be broken next year. That hopefully they're standing for a couple years now.